stringently. Huh?
If I realise it's going to rain, I would want some paper towels for wiping it.
Got a couple of. Yeah, that's what I've got. A couple of tissues.
I just wanted somewhere dry to
Well, there's 2 umbrellas, so you're welcome to keep an umbrella if it's raining. Just stick it inside that box. The lens now before. There's not much to know. All you need is that red button on both sides. Yeah, so that's for each view.
Yeah.
When it's on live, you need to take up the chat to each other.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. Thanks, mate.
Essentially, what I say is make sure they're very direct into the bar.
Literally as I was driving, because I check the weather all the time obviously as I'm working outside, I got in the car, put it up and it said no rain. Check the map, you can check the satellite, and then it just suddenly changed. Rain. It was raining already, I could see it raining already. So sometimes they just make it up on the second, as second by second.
they've had a couple of seasons.
I haven't even seen the team sheet.
Oh, they're off on the
like side covering.
Good afternoon and welcome to Chiswick Rugby Club for the grand final in the RFL Women's Championship between the London Broncos and Featherstone Rovers. A place in the Super League is up for stakes for both sides. The Broncos missed out on promotion in the final last season, with Featherstone being relegated from Super League in 2024 as Lee Leopards beat both sides to seal their place in Super League for 2025. The lineups as they are, starting with the home side, the London Broncos. Number 1, Lawrence Mueller. Number 2, Emily Bell. Number 3, Nicole Kennedy. Number 4, Katie Wallace. Number 5, Becky Smart. Number 6, Jade Walker. Number 7, and captain Courtney Treco. Number 8, Ellie Hunt-Payne. Number 9, Polly Roberts. Number 10, Emily Hughes. Number 11, Sian McLaughlin. Number 12, Rosie Cairns, and number 13 is Catherine Salter. And the interchanges for London this afternoon are number 14, Iona McCusker, number 15, Rebecca Kemble, number 16, Caitlin Keith, number 17, Chai Gustafson, and number 18 is Abby Ashby. Here are the lineups for the visiting side, the Featherstone Rovers. Number 1, Angel Bentley. Number 2, Ellie Lamb. Number 3, Chloe Billington. Number 21, Lydia Fawkes. Number 5, Siobhan Craven. Number 9, Charlie Blackburn. Number 7, Liv Grace. Number 8, Gabby Harrison. Number 14, Alyssa Courtney. Number 13, Brogan Churm. Number 11, Katie Evans. Number 15, Casey Davies. Number 6 is Danny Waters. The interchange for Featherstone are number 10, Emily Holmes. Number 16, Liv Howarth. Number 20, Brogan Kennedy. Number 23, Tilly Churm. And the 18th and 19th subs are Ash Prescott and Hope Throw. Our co-commentator this afternoon is former Leeds scrum half Courtney Winfield Hill. How are you doing, Courtney?
I'd be a lot better if this rain would go away. But of course, delighted to be here this afternoon to watch this encounter. And of course, as we know, this game will decide who goes up into the Women's Super League. There will be no contested game against bottom of the Women's Super League table. So immediate.
Yes, Warrington already relegated from Super League as we get underway. London Broncos playing from right to left, and the ball's already come loose. Broncos pick it up and able to potentially get some early points to the board over on that right-hand corner. Just shy of the 10-metre mark. London getting early possession as they look to battle their way through this Featherstone back line. Takes 2 women to bring down the Broncos attacker as they look forward to try and break over this 10-metre line. That's Emily Hughes brought down. Shift the ball over to the right-hand side, try and break through the middle. But Ellie Hunt-Payne is all wrapped up just shy of the 10-metre mark. So let's flick the ball over to this left-hand side. Over onto the left wing. London can get some early points on the board. Yes, they can. Sean McLaughlin goes over the line. And within the first 60 seconds, London have taken a very, very early lead.
Well, and after that kickoff, as we saw the error from Olivia Grace, gave the ball straight back to the Broncos, and in their first set, they just looked to be punching up through the middle, but got it out to the edge, and plenty of space out there. And within the first 60 seconds, the Broncos show that they mean business.
London 4-0 up. And looking to add the extra points. Catherine Salter taking this kick from just outside the 20, left of centre, takes a couple of steps back. Pin drop silence here at Chiswick Rugby Club. And that ball looked like it was going outside, then swivels back inside again. London with a 6-0 lead within the first minute here at Chiswick Rugby Club in the RFL Championship Grand Final. London Broncos 6, Featherstone Rovers 0. And now it's their turn to get the game underway. But early pressure from London from a mistake which came from the kickoff, led to an early try. And Featherstone get back underway. Bounce and bobbles around, but London can pick it up from the restart. But seeing these two sides shape up, how would you assess these two sides so far?
Well, I think both have got some really exciting and physical middles. But what I have seen, particularly across the Nines tournament and last year, of course, some of the London Broncos outside backs, very exciting, electric, and today's conditions might just bring them back to the pack a little bit. But of course, being played here on the 3G, as we see a shot go in, potentially high, not given by the referee.
London trying to get back to their feet to play the ball as they make their way over the halfway line. This is the last for London. Be a kick up over the top from Courtney Treco. And goes out of play. And Featherstone will get their first set of the match with a restart on the 20-metre line.
As you said, their first set for Featherstone Rovers. It's always nice in a final. Get your hands on the ball in attack. So we see the forwards through the hands, punching through the middle. And they'll be eager to get busy here in this first half, trailing 6-0 already.
They try and find a hole down the middle, dummy pass. Couldn't quite get through the London defence. So they look to shift the ball over to this right-hand side, Featherstone. All wrapped up on the 40-metre line. There's Gabby Harrison. Look to try and break through this line up towards halfway. Takes 3 defenders to eventually bring down Featherstone number 3, Chloe Billington, as they charge over halfway and up to the 40. As Casey Davies is brought down. This is the last for Featherstone. So look to chip the ball up over the top. And London do well to collect the ball. Becky Smart wrapping it up before she's wrapped up just shy of the 20-metre line. It's an interesting first set for Featherstone. What was your assessment, Courtney?
Yeah, Featherstone particularly looked to hit out wide on this right-hand edge, going down the blind a couple of times. So keep an eye out for that across the game. Are they trying to get some of their big forward pack? Arms in the air there, and we've got an error. And this is brilliant from the Featherstone Rovers, their first chance in good ball.
Incorrect play of the ball there from Polly Roberts. Featherstone will get a scrum inside the 30-metre line, up 38 metres in.
Interesting, isn't it? Of course, being played on a rugby union pitch, so the markings might look a little bit out to you on your screen at home on the stream.
So try and break through this line. Angel Bentley wrapped up as they try and push down that left-hand side here, Featherstone. It's the second tackle. London with some defensive work to do. Charging forward, bouncing off 3 defenders before being wrapped up themselves. As Featherstone inch closer to the try line. Ball pushed inside. Before being wrapped up there, number 13, Brogan Churm. They try and shift the ball over to this right-hand side again. Little cross pass. Kept Chloe Billington wrapped up in front of the sticks. This is the last for Featherstone. Just shy of the 10 as they look to break forward in this centre right-hand channel. Look to dip through one tackle, but wrapped up by the London defence. It was Katie Davies, and London will get the play of the ball just in front of their own try line. But Featherstone looking dangerous since that early mistake, which has put London into the lead.
Yeah, they have, but London very much up to the defensive questions there after making an error, so they'll take a lot of confidence from that. But out here on the right-hand edge, I'd love to see Angel Bentley get out here. She looks like she's got pace to burn and plenty of space. If they can get her into a hole, good luck catching her.
As London made their way up to the 30. Just a little bit slow to get away from the play of the ball. So try and break through this Featherstone defence, but they've shored up since that early mistake. So look to try and shift the ball down the middle here, London. Ellie Hunt-Payne wrapped up, and this is the last for London, just shy of the 40-metre line. It's a really poor pass, eventually picked up, but London put themselves under a lot of pressure, and eventually the ball is kicked out. And Featherstone can now break down this right-hand side. Ellie Lamb picked up the ball and is wrapped up inside the 40. As they try and shift down this centre right-hand channel with Angel Bentley. She's mopped up by this London defence. They try and now shift down this right-hand side still, cutting across into the centre of London's half. Featherstone looking more and more likely to get some points on the board. Billington involved in the tackle to try and shift the ball over towards the left-hand channel. London doing well to keep Featherstone at bay for now as they try and shift their way over to this left-hand side. Charging forward to number 14, Brogan Churm. Takes 3 defenders to eventually get it to the ground. This is the last tackle for Featherstone. They try and shift the ball over to this left-hand wing. Ball over the top, bounces up and out, and London can collect. And Featherstone can count themselves very, very unlucky.
Well, saw the space on the outside and tried to go with the long ball over the top. It's just bounced straight off the shoulder. But they're looking dangerous here, Featherstone, and giving themselves plenty of good time down at this end of the pitch after that first error. They're building.
I think it was Siobhan Craven the ball had bounced off of as London regained possession. Nicole Kennedy getting up to the 20-metre line before being wrapped up by the Featherstone defence. They try and break down their right-hand sides, making a decent distance, getting up to the 40 at least. They try and break down this right-hand wing again, having to cut round and inside, but Featherstone do well to wrap up the Broncos winger. So now have to cut back inside, just shy of the halfway line. London have been penned in their own half for the last 5 or so minutes. This is the last for London. Ball inside, eventually up and away. It's not the greatest kick in the world, a little bit short. And now Lamb can drive forwards, the right winger for Featherstone. She's wrapped up. Featherstone look to try and break over halfway with Bentley. And that came out. That's knock on. And London will regain possession. As Angel Bentley just tries to get up from the play of the ball. And just drop the ball in the process. And that's a really poor error to make.
Well, after a couple of really nice returns there from Lamb and Bentley herself, in these conditions, just tried to rush that play the ball a little bit too much. Literally bang on the halfway line as they started to transition. Instead, they hand it straight back to the London Broncos, who we know already have 6 points on the board.
They look to break through the right-hand side already. As Nicole Kennedy charges her way out to the 20-metre line. They look to cut through the middle. And wrapped up again on the short side. To the second for London. To try and shift the ball into the middle. Charging forward. Picked up and dumped down. Rosie Cairns. Good defensive work by Featherstone. So they try and charge forward here, London. A couple of short passes. Trying to break through down this left-hand side. Dancing through and just wrapped up. It's Laura Mueller. Now try and charge forward here, just shy of the line. Number 8, Ellie Hunt-Payne. She's wrapped up. This is the last for London. As they try and move the ball in the middle, they'll grab a kick through that's blocked, and now Featherstone can break. Trying to barge their way through. Katie Evans, she wins the ball back and is brought down just shy of the 20-metre line. And the ball comes out there from Angel Bentley. London win the ball back again. As the pass came from behind her, and she did well to get back in to defend. But easy possession gained by London in Featherstone territory. Fresh set of 6 for London as they try and push forward inside the 20. Just about get hold of the ball there as well. Did Emily Hughes. As London inch closer to the posts. They shift the ball over to the right-hand wing. Pushes off 1, pushes off 2 and goes over the line. Nicole Kennedy adds the 4 points for London Broncos. And within the first 12 minutes, though Featherstone looked as though they were inching their way back into this game, London have extended their lead further. And it's London 10 with the kick to come, Featherstone 0.
Well, after that early try, Featherstone have worked so hard to get themselves into good position. But after a couple of errors, compounding errors, back-to-back sets there, just afforded the London Broncos some time down this end of the field. And as we know, this drizzle and the conditions, that was really brave to shift the ball hard left to right. And to find Kennedy, who gave the big don't argue with the left-handed fend out in the corner. And they'll extend their lead out to 10-0. And when it's wet conditions like this, every point, particularly in that first half, is so crucial.
Yeah, the weatherman said it wasn't going to rain today. I shouldn't have believed him.
Never believe the weatherman, especially in England.
Kick to come over on the right-hand side, 20 metres out, right on the right-hand edge. It's a lot further away than the first kick. Looking to add the 2 is Catherine Salter. Couple of steps back. And a long kick forwards. And that's going to be just short. Was on target, just didn't have enough power behind it. And London remain 10-0 to the good against Featherstone with 13 on the clock.
Well, and these two teams, you know, both have had fantastic seasons coming into this. And while 10-0 might sound a healthy lead to the London Broncos, you certainly need to keep scoring. Of the games I've watched of Featherstone this year, certainly able to put on the points.
Well, a point only separated these two sides in the group in the league stage. Broncos finishing top on 19, Featherstone on 18. There's a short kick from Featherstone. looking to regain possession, but London picked the ball up, and now they can run through the middle. There's Laura Mueller had to cross over from the right-hand side into the centre channel. She's wrapped up as London collect the ball. And they're try and make movements down the middle. Dodging through one, breaking through another one. Emily Bell. As London now try and make their way down this right-hand side. Just nothing too simple. That ball looked like it came out, and it did. And Featherstone will regain possession. There's Nicole Kennedy, and she was trying to, well, during the tackle, an arm came in. And a knock-on is what the call is going to be.
Well, and after she'd put on the points only minutes ago, she comes up with the error there. Big right hand, depth and shift looking to come here from the Rovers.
To try and break through this London defence. Casey Davies wrapped up from the initial pass as they try and push forward again here. Featherstone trying to find a hole down the right hand side, not able to break through this London line. Brogan Kennedy, who's come on from the subs bench and had done during the second try. It's Featherstone not passing the ball around too much, trying to drive their way through this London line. A bit of tricky feet there from Chloe Billington. Sees her wrapped up by the London defence. Featherstone looking to try and find some holes. Now they shift the ball over towards this left-hand side. Dummy pass through, a short pass. They can drive through over the line here, Featherstone, can they? And they do. They get 4 points back, and it's Lydia Fawkes who gets over the line. A little short pass to her, beats the Broncos defender, and she's able to get herself over the line.
Yeah, brilliant response there from the Featherstone Rovers after they were invited into good ball territory after the error from the Broncos. And lovely footwork at the line there. Have a look. Emily Fawkes goes in and jags straight off the right foot. Gives herself some space on the outside, backs herself over the fullback and slams it down to bring this deficit back.
She did well to hold on to the ball as well. It looked as though that she kind of half wasn't expecting to receive the pass and did well to get herself over the line. The score being London 10, Featherstone 4, with the kick to come.
Well, she looked like she did really well actually, because between her and a halfback, looked like she just ran her out of space, but that last little minute adjustment to skip and get on the outside was perfectly timed, and while perhaps surprised, certainly effective. And then only a short stroll to barge through over the line.
Danny Waters looking to add the 2 to reduce the deficit to 4. It's to the left-hand side of the sticks. And it's missed. So London keep their 6-point lead. It is London Broncos 10, Featherstone Rovers 4. As we're about to hit the halfway mark of the first half. It's been quite a close game during these first 20 minutes. What would you say would you say that it's been a fair assessment that London have edged ahead so far?
You know what? I think they've just made the most of the time that they've spent down in good ball territory so far, and that'll be important today. But I do think Featherstone Rovers through the middle of the field just looking to play off +1s a little bit more and move the forwards around, so it could be interesting the second half to see how the energy levels of the London Broncos middles go.
There's a deep kick from London as they look to try and drive their way forward here, Featherstone. That tackle looked slightly high, but referee says play on. They try and break their way through London's defensive middle. This is the second. Featherstone trying to shift the ball down the middle, just about holding on to the ball there was Brogan Churm. Featherstone look to try and, again, drive their way through. Simple passes. So they edge their way towards the halfway line. Pushing forward again. Trying to break through the middle there is Danny Waters. She's wrapped up. This is the last for Featherstone. Their first set since scoring their try. Spiral kick through on the last. Wrapped up by the London fullback, and she can drive forward. An interesting set from Featherstone, like you said, trying to break through the middle, and they're doing exactly the same thing again.
Yeah, and you can see there the halves through Waters and Gray certainly involved in just moving the forward pack of London around. But certainly the forwards themselves have shown that, tipping onto each other through the middle of the field. And that's certainly a plan for them this afternoon.
London trying to shift the ball through the middle themselves. As they drift over to the right-hand side as Kennedy tries to break through. She's brought to the ground, just shy of the halfway line, as London try and find a gap down the right-hand side again. Eventually wrapped up by two Featherstone defenders. This is the last for London. Ball into the middle. And the kick is a short one. Chip over the top. Ball bounces out for a restart for Featherstone.
Well, not the end to the set that the Broncos would have liked. Certainly not the depth on the kick, and it's difficult to see from our position here. But wouldn't have been far off going out on the full, so...
I said maybe gained about 10 metres. Our position is to the left of the halfway line. We're not raised, we're on ground level, so seeing to the corners is a little bit short, and London have given away a penalty for offside. And Featherstone will get the restart, and they'll kick this ball out, I think. No, take the tap, and then they'll drive forward just shy of the halfway line. And Featherstone as a unit are a lot bigger than London. And would you say that they would use that to their advantage, especially trying to get down the middle as they have been?
Well, like I've alluded to, I actually think regardless of size, they're shifting the ball a little bit better, and halfbacks getting involved as we see a loose ball there. Straight away it's Davies in the attempt to play the ball. No doubt.
And London will get the ball back from the ball coming loose and to play the ball. Katie Wallace getting involved in the tackle. And London will get the ball back from the scrum, just shy of the halfway line.
Well, she looked adamant, didn't she, that the ball was certainly stripped and played at. And unfortunately for them, no captain's challenge today, as we see the Broncos bring it in almost to the halfway line off the scrum.
Well, there is Katie Wallace, who is wrapped up by three oncoming Featherstone defenders. They try and break through this left-hand side here. Big hit there on Lauren Mueller on halfway, right in front of our position. So shift the ball back inside on the left-hand wing, I should say. Sean McLaughlin wrapped up by three defenders. Featherstone doing really well to pen London into this 10-metre section. So try and push their way through into the 30. I'll try and shift the ball into the middle from the play of the ball. Looking to find a gap down the right hand side. That's a very, very loose pass. London win the ball back on halfway. And the referee has given a penalty to London, I think. Or couldn't quite see what happened there.
Well, I think he's deemed it's been played at by a Featherstone Rovers player. Hard to tell without the replay. But he's given the feed to the Broncos as they set up centre field.
Well, London will get the ball back from the scrum. I would have thought in that situation you get a 6 again, but London get the replay from restart from the scrum as Nicole Kennedy looked to drive away forward, and now London look to break through the line again. 20 yards out, wrapped up there, Rosie Cairns, as London have the ball in front of the sticks. They shift the ball into the centre channel, driving forward, and straight into a Featherstone brick wall. It was Catherine Salter. They try and shift the ball over to this left-hand side. Ball nearly coming out from the pass. It's a loose pass for London. And they just about hold on to it with Katie Wallace on this left-hand side. As they try and shift the ball over to this right-hand side, into the centre channel again. Ball comes loose. And Featherstone will get the ball back. And London giving the ball away in a dangerous position. It's number 15, Rebecca Kemble, who had one eye on the ball and one eye on the player in front of her and just got a little bit too distracted.
Well, it was a brilliant shot coming in from the Rovers. And as you said there, one eye on the ball, one eye on the defenders coming in. It was certainly an intimidating vision. And instead of coming away with field position or points, the Rovers have worked incredibly hard defensively here to win the right back, to get their hands back on the ball.
So try and work their way up past the 20-metre line on this left-hand side. Trying to drive forward there. Past the 40 was Ellie Lamb. So now try and work down this left-hand side again. Breaking through the Broncos defence. Eventually wrapped up inside their 40s, the number 23 Churm. So they shift the ball into the middle here, Featherstone. And this is the last for the Rovers. Done well to get this far up the field. It's a chip ball up over the top. Comes off of the Broncos winger. And Featherstone will get the ball back. Ball bounced off of Emily Bell. It's picked up by a player in an offside position, and Featherstone have got the ball back in dangerous territory.
Well, it was a nice kick there, but Bell unfortunately couldn't keep her hands on it. And Kimball, as we saw, in an offside position, the instinct sometimes just takes over the brain. As you see Featherstone, first time back down in this area of the field since they scored.
Churn driving forward, brought down. Featherstone edging closer still as they try and shift the ball down this right-hand side. Ball comes out though, as Billington is tackled. And London win the ball back.
Well, that's a couple times today. They've looked to drop Billington back in under. And I feel like there's plenty of space out on this right-hand side, particularly if Angel Bentley can get herself positioned out the back. The second rowers and the centres. There might be a little bit of joy out here for her as the game goes on.
London penned into their own 20, looking to drive forward, wrapped up by two oncoming Featherstone defenders. Featherstone doing well off the ball, just about holding onto the ball, London. That sees Laura Mueller dumped to the ground. And London lose the ball again. A little bit of afters as well. Referee says play on. As Bentley driving forwards. And 6 again as well. A bit of pushing and shoving from Mueller distracted the players while the ball was still in play. Featherstone looking to capitalise. Liv Howarth was tackled. Now they try and shift the ball over to this left-hand side. And that looks slightly high. The referee says play on. Feather in a dangerous position, trying to shift the ball down the left-hand side. Trying to break through this London line. Wrapped up again. And they're going to try and shift the ball down to this right-hand side. Ball comes loose as a poor pass. Slightly behind the oncoming Brogan Kennedy. And London can breathe a sigh of relief there because they're in at 6s and 7s.
Yeah, they really were. After that, another error from Campbell. And we saw there's nothing better than a referee who just lets play go on after there's a little bit of push and shove. It certainly drags the attention away. But in that case there, they've done well because Brogan Kennedy, by gee, she was flying onto that ball. If that had her stuck, she would have been for all money on the outside of those posts.
Katie Wallace just getting a little bit of attention. And there'll be a sub in there as she comes off. Che Gufterston comes on to replace her, and London will restart in front of their own sticks to our right-hand side. As the ball goes in for the head and feed, and London will shift the ball over to their right-hand side. Again, Nicole Kennedy looking dangerous down that right-hand side, trying to find a hole. It's wrapped up by this Featherstone defence halfway inside their own half. A couple of short feet. London trying to push forward. A couple of metres gained on their right-hand side. Still inside their own half. Trying to drive forward up towards the 40. Wrapped up by 2, 3 Featherstone defenders. Ball into the middle. Driving forward. Beating one defender. Breaking through. Up to halfway. Emily Hughes. Still trying to drive through the middle here. London looking to find a hole. Iona McCusker wrapped up on the 40. This is the last tackle for London. Ball shifts to the right hand side. Ball up over the top. It's not a great kick, but over the top of the Featherstone winger. And they can drive out with Chloe Billington looking to shift over to this left hand side. She's wrapped up in front of the sticks on the 10. It's a decent set there from London. Event actually getting the ball deeper than the initial kick looked it was going to. Featherstone complaining that the Broncos weren't getting away from the play of the ball quickly enough, as Featherstone make it up halfway inside their own half, brought down on this left hand side. Ball chipped into the middle. Looking to break through this Broncos line in the centre of the park, just shy of the 40-metre line. Broncos holding firm with 10 minutes left of the half. Brogan Churm drives forward, over up halfway. This is the last for Featherstone. McLaughlin dodges one, and then she's wrapped up. It's Charlie Blackburn who had the ball, did a little pirouette, and then was mopped up by the Broncos defence, who win the ball back inside their own 40-metre line.
Well, looked to be complete confusion to finish off that set. Looked very unaware that was the last, and a kick required. And I think it was half-backing Grace who sat out the back demanding the ball, didn't quite get it.
Mueller drifting over towards the right-hand side. Takes a big hit and eventually is dragged over halfway. To try and shift the ball over this right-hand side, London. It's like I said, we're into the last 10 minutes of the half. London 10, Featherstone 4. Bit of pushing and shoving off the play of the ball. London losing their heads ever so slightly. But they'll get the restart. And they'll get the ball on the 20-metre line and in a dangerous position. A little bit of frustration creeping there for both sides, I think. Driving forward, Nicole Kennedy wrapped up inside the 20 from this fresh set. Driving forward, London, ball comes out from the tackle. A bit more frustration creeping in for London. It was a big hit on Rosie Cairns. And now Featherstone can get the ball back and potentially further up the field. But another easy set given away by London.
Well, defensively, I just feel it's a little bit too easy for Featherstone at the moment. It's all very predictable with one-out runs from the Broncos.
They try and shift down this right wing here, barreling their way through. Wrapped up by 2 was Churm. Taken a bit of a knock, I think, to the knee. She struggled to get up from the play of the ball, but looks like she'll be able to continue. As Featherstone shift the ball into the middle of the park. Trying to drive their way through. Wrapped up by 3 was Liv Howarth. And this is the last for Featherstone. Lamb asked for it on this right-hand side, but this chip over the top. Ball comes loose. And Featherstone will get the ball back. as Laura Mueller looked to try and win the ball. And it just, I think it got onto her fingertips. She tried to grab it, ball came out. That's deemed as a knock on. Featherstone get the ball back in a very dangerous position from the scrum.
One could tell from her reaction, couldn't you? The way that she took off after it, trying to keep the ball in play. Was obviously touched. As they look, Bentley out the back.
Bentley driving forward, wrapped up within the 10. Ball comes out as well, and London will get it back. It was deemed to be ripped out on a one-on-one. So Featherstone get it back in a fresh set of 6. And the potential to put 6 on the board. Driving forward, trying to get towards the line was Emily Holmes. So try and shift the ball over towards this right-hand side. Just short of the line was Tilly Churm. Short pass. Featherstone just trying to break through. London doing well to keep them out. Short pass batted down.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Just trying to see what the referee's going to give here. I couldn't tell which arm had come out. And London will get the ball back. And it's a disappointing end to the set for Featherstone. Looks like there's an injury as well. But the conditions definitely aren't helping, as that ball would have been quite difficult to hold on to. And I think it's Churm who was involved in the play. The broken Churm. Emily Holmes, who was involved in the play, who batted the ball down, just couldn't keep hold of it. I think she's injured herself in the process as well.
Yeah, unfortunate for Holmes. Hopefully after she gets a little bit of attention here, she's back to her feet. You can see some really nice defence there from the Broncos. They had that wall up around the play the ball. And Featherstone, all they wanted to do was go through it. And Broncos up to the challenge.
The Broncos to put the ball into the head and feed. 10 metres shy of their own try line. Driving their way through the middle from the head and feed as Nicole Kennedy is wrapped up shy of the 20-metre line. Into this centre right channel, hitting a bit of a brick wall. London essentially need to just see out the last couple of minutes of the half. So we're into the last 3. So try and shift the ball over to this centre right channel. Little dummy pass. Sees London just shy of the 40-metre line. As Rosie Cairns wrapped up, and she's taken a bit of a knock as well. It's actually Sean McLaughlin who's taken a knock. And looks like she's holding onto her leg there. So play will continue as she receives treatment. So try and shift the ball through this centre channel as Laura Mueller is wrapped up. This is the last for London. Be a little chip over the top from Courtney Treco. It's kept in play by Featherstone. And Shaven Craven takes the hit, and the referee has stopped play for another knock, I think, to Siobhan.
Well, with McLaughlin still getting some attention down out the back of play, now sitting out the back of the defensive line, the referee's had to just call time off for a moment. She's escorted off the field. Sub comes on for the final minutes. And the Rovers with their hands on the ball. Couple minutes remaining in this first half. So you know, 10-4 currently in favour of the Broncos.
Sean McLaughlin off the pitch. Ball comes out from the pass. That's a knock on. London will get it back immediately. So slippery conditions not helping as the drizzle has been non-stop this first half. And London, with the last couple of minutes of the half, will get the ball back. halfway inside the 30. Ball in from the head of feed. That's dropped as well. Two really simple errors back to back from both sides.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? As we said, conditions aren't favourable, but still some really basic errors coming in here. And this could come back to really hurt as they hand possession straight back to Featherston. And we know they are hungry down on the scoreboard. Certainly not in attitude and enthusiasm.
So get up into their own 40-metre line. So try and shift over to this left-hand side. Churm wrapped up, nearly dumped down. Eventually brought to the ground by two Broncos defenders. Ball shifted into the middle for Featherston, up to halfway, looking to break their way through this Broncos back line. Takes 3 to bring down number 10, Emily Holmes, as Billington looks to drive her way through. She's wrapped up by 2 on this right-hand side, 35 metres inside the Broncos half. Churm brought down just shy of the 30. This is the last for Featherston. Shift into the middle. Holmes. Dummy pass over to the left-hand side. Ball comes out. Can Broncos break here on this right-hand side? Ball bobbles around. A bit more like football than rugby league. And Featherston win the ball back just inside the Broncos half over on that far side. Thanks to Liv Grace. And they get a fresh set of 6 here. Featherston. And they get another fresh set with a high tackle. Pushing forward is Brogan Churm, brought down inside the 20. Featherston looking to make a quick impact, driving through the middle, just short of the sticks. London defence caught napping ever so slightly. They try and shift the ball over the right-hand side. Do they over on the right-hand side? Angel Bentley seems to have gone over, and she has gone over. Angel Bentley driving over the line on the right-hand side. And Featherston are back within 2. It's London Broncos 10, Featherston 8 with the kick to come.
Well, with only a couple minutes remaining in this first half, what a timely score for the Featherston Rovers. As they trailed 10-4, now 10-8 after that score in the corner. Difficult to see who finished the job down in the right-hand corner, but brilliant work out the back from Bentley. Took on the contact. It was Bell that bit in hard, but bust through the contact and was able to get the offload away. Brilliant score over in the corner to bring it back to 2 points. Incredibly tough kick out here for Waters. She tries to level it up.
20 metres out here, Danny Waters on this right-hand side, right on the byline. I have to say, from where our position is, we couldn't quite see the ball go over the try line and relied on the Featherston coaching staff to our left, who were screaming their heads off. But Danny Waters to take the kick to level the tie just before half-time. Taking her time. Eyeing up the posts. And she looks to add the 2. Couple of steps forwards. Danny Waters with the kick, and it's short and wide to the left-hand side. And that's the half-time whistle, and London Broncos are just about in front with 40 on the clock and another 40 to come. London Broncos 10, Featherston Rovers 8. Courtney, how would you assess the first half so far? Because London started strong, but Featherston have slowly edged their way back into this one.
Well, it's been a little bit of a tug-of-war, hasn't it? Certainly messy at times from both teams, and conditions certainly to blame for that. But one thing I do know is this Featherstone Rovers, after trailing early 6-0, they fought their way back into this game. Both teams at times just paying the penalty for incomplete sets. It'll be interesting to see how this second half is started. With only 2 points in it and a place in the Women's Super League in 2026. It's all on the line. So it'll be a fantastic final 40 minutes to come here soon.
Well, we'll be back with you just before the kick of the second half here at Chiswick Rugby Club, where the half-time score is London Broncos 10, Featherstone Rovers 8.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. There is power in give it a go. Just try it in one of those.
Players are making their way out for the second half here at Chiswick Rugby Club. Featherstone players who finished strongest towards the end of the first half. They're looking to build on the pressure that they've accumulated over the first 40 minutes. Broncos players making their way onto the pitch as well. If you've missed anything from the first half, the current score at half time as we enter the second half is London 10, Featherstone 8. And what will you be keeping your eye out on this second half, Courtney?
Look, I think with 2 points separating them, there's really nothing in it. So both teams will be going back in with a 0-all mentality. But as we know, only a conversion separates them. 2 tries to Featherstone out wide. But I really did like the way Featherstone shifted the ball around through the middle a little bit more than the Broncos. Will they do that in the second half? And can the Broncos get to those outside backs who are looking dangerous, particularly Kennedy on that right-hand edge?
Danny Waters to get us underway for the second half, and London with the first attack of the second half, pushing up to and up past the 20-metre line, or the 22-metre line as it's rugby union lines. As Emily Bell wrapped up halfway inside of the Broncos half as they try and make their way through the middle. Wrapped up again, shy of the 40. Now, chip pass looks slightly forward. London up to halfway with Catherine Salter, brought down by Emily Holmes as they try and drive their way up towards the Featherstone 40-metre line. Wrapped up again was Laura Mueller. This is the last for London on their first set of the second half. Ball up over the top, down towards the right-hand side. It'll bounce out of play. I'll go out for a restart. London looking set to defend. It'll be Featherstone's to restart. Just in front of their own sticks. And this is their first attacking set of the half. Good first set there from London.
Well, you can never complain with completion. As we see referee call play on. A little bit of confusion there as it came off the hooker. But London, as we said, completed. And while it was a bit of a scrappy kick, got the bounce to find touch instead of going dead. And making Featherstone Rovers work hard early in this second half.
They try and drive their way through the middle. Right up in front of the 20-metre line. Pushing forward here, Featherstone. Trying to drive forward. Bouncing off one there was Emily Holmes. And eventually takes 3 Broncos defenders to get her onto the ground.
Big carry there from Holmes. You know, she went down in that first half after she dropped the ball.
Another drop there from Featherstone.
So Olivia Grace there, half-back, puts it down after a big impact.
Yeah, the pass to Grace was behind her, and she just struggled to hold on to the ball, especially with these conditions. The drizzle has not stopped here in West London. Well, I said this in the first half, but so much for no rain today. London with the head and feed over to this right-hand side as they look to drive their way through. Breaking through the defence there was the Broncos number 3, Nicole Kennedy. They try and shift the ball over to this right-hand side. That's a high tackle on Mueller. And she's wrapped up, and London will get a penalty for the high tackle on that right-hand side. To drive towards the line. Kennedy wrapped up. 10 metres out. London looked to switch the ball into the middle. And looking to drive towards the line. Eventually wrapped up just in front of it. So look to shift the ball over to the left-hand side. Trying to drive towards the line there. Number 7, captain Courtney Treco. We've got an injury down on the ground for Featherstone defender Alyssa Courtney, who's gone down in a collision. Couldn't quite see what had happened there. Did you get any more of that incident than I did?
It was difficult to see. There was a lot of traffic as the London Broncos sent ball runners back in through the middle. Difficult to tell. But doesn't look to be in a good way at the moment. Possibly that left knee as the trainer has a bit of a look.
And she didn't quite fall down, well, she didn't fall down well following a tackle on the attacking Broncos line. And she is up. It looks as though she might be okay to continue. Rugby league players are made of some pretty serious stuff, which is why I never made it as a player.
Oh, look, she's back to her feet. Knowing that it's a final will certainly spur her on to make sure that she's back in. She's standing there at marker, so it's looking positive for Courtney. See the two Courtneys meet, play the ball and at marker. Too many Courtneys going on here today.
Got one in as my co-commentator as well. Driving forward here, London. Caitlin Keith wrapped up. Not a Courtney, but close. Here is Courtney Treco, shifting the ball over to the right-hand side. London looking to try and find a hole. And eventually wrapped up. And just about staying in play over on this near side. This is the last for London. On the play of the ball. And Treco, kick up over the top. It's a deep one towards the posts. And can London get there? The ball just bounces out of play. And Featherstone will get a restart on the 20-metre line. Interesting idea from London.
Well, the ball goes over untouched in the end, so it'll be a 7-tackle set for the Rovers. But it just looked like the London Broncos got pinned and kept coming back into this right-hand corner. And if their halves can take some control and a little bit of depth off the back of that ruck, there's literally only 2 defenders outside that left-hand post.
As Featherstone make their way up to halfway with Liv Howarth wrapped up by the Broncos defence. They try and shift their way through the middle again here with Waters. Wrapped up inside the 45 metres out here, Featherstone. Shifting their way through, driving their way through, breaking through this Broncos defence. It's of course Brogan Churm, 6 again for Featherstone. They try and shift the ball down this left-hand side into the centre left-hand channel, wrapped up by 3 Broncos defenders in the end. So they're going to shift the ball into the middle here, Featherstone, to Churm, driving forwards, trying to break towards the line. Broncos doing well to wrap her up. Quick play of the ball. Just about kept out there, Featherstone. Churm looking to drive forward. Hits a bit of traffic. It's kept out and eventually put on the ground. Shifting the ball into the middle to try and make some space here. Featherstone. Waters shifting back over towards the left-hand side. Wrapped up. That's the last for Featherstone. So look to kick the ball into the corner on that right-hand side. On the overlap. They just can't keep hold of the ball. It's a nice idea for Featherstone. Just couldn't connect with the execution.
Well, the kick was absolutely pinpoint from Olivia Grace. Hit a winger fair on the chest, but the presence of Bell on that left-hand defensive edge was enough to get her to spill it, and a chance gone begging there for the Rovers as they try and mow down this 10-8 scoreline, get their noses in front for the first time in this game.
Yeah, Ellie Lamb not able to hold on to the ball. As you said, the kick was pinpoint perfect. As London looked to play their way down the middle. wrapped up on the third is Iona McCusker. As London look to make some decent meters up to the 40. It's Caitlin Keith. So they try and shift their way in the centre left channel up to halfway at the very least. This is number 4 for London. So they keep driving forwards. Got the ball out on the offload. Now this is the last. A little bit of confusion. This is the last tackle. This is trying to get rid of it on the offload. And eventually wrapped up there was Rebecca Kemble, who I don't think was aware that London were on the last tackle, and Featherstone get the ball inside their own 40.
Well, that's a really frustrating finish to that set. The hookers, we see Waters.
And the ball was deemed to go backwards there. Featherstone keep hold of it, but only just. Liv Grace getting on it first.
An interesting call there. Waters almost gave herself away with her body language after she put that one down. So Rovers get a lifeline.
And they look to push forward over halfway at the very least. Liv Howarth wrapped up. So look to push the ball over towards the right hand side. Featherstone, little dummy pass, and Featherstone do break through. London catch them just on the shy of the 20. Number 23 wrapped up as they try and break their way through this right hand side with Angel Bentley. She's wrapped up. Floodlights come on as Featherstone on the attack. Kick up over the top. It's wrapped up by London. And it's a big hit as well. Featherstone making sure that London are pinned in as London look to make some yards further up the field.
It was really well timed tackle there coming in from Grace. It was Kennedy. Caught her opposing player out of it. Took it, but she took the hit as well.
The ball came out as well. A lot of hustling there from Siobhan Craven, putting the Broncos players off. And Featherstone will get a penalty. Although there was a lot of, I would have said that was interference with the play of the ball from Craven, as she was all over Becky Smart.
Well, it was certainly messy, wasn't it? And again, difficult to tell without a replay our end. But I tell you what, this side of the touchline of the Featherstone Rovers supporters, they're up and about.
Just are the coaching staff just to our left-hand side. Featherstone in a dangerous position. So they try and shift the ball over to the right-hand side. Little dummy pass. Coming from number 9. She's wrapped up. Ball chipped over the top. I'll go out of play. London get the ball back and we'll restart on the 20-metre line, and the wasted set from Featherstone.
Well, it looked like a short ball. Billington certainly wasn't prepared for it. Potentially came off her knee. Sent it dead. 7 tackle set for the Broncos, and they escape what could have been the first time Rovers got their nose in front.
London trying to get their noses inside the Featherstone half. So they shift the ball into that centre left channel. Wrapped up there, Catherine Salter. I feel that London would have more luck trying to get down the wings, but they seem intent on trying to drive their way through the middle. So they do eventually get over halfway. Into the middle, driving forward now, London up to the 40. As Caitlin Keith is wrapped up over the 40-metre line. So they try and shift the ball over to this right-hand side. Quick pass, looking for the offload there. Laura Mueller, she's wrapped up. This is the last for London. 6 again, interference with the play of the ball. And now London can push forward here, up over the 22, and the ball comes out from the play of the ball, and London lose out, and Featherstone get the ball back. And it's getting a bit scrappy, with Angel Bentley getting on the knock on, and the ball came out again. It seemed to be a rip, I think.
And again, some wasted field position here for the Broncos after it was Grace. It gave away the 6 again. at the play of the ball. Just went for a tug on the bootlaces. And instead, Featherston, they find touch and play it 22 out from their own line.
Right up there, number 21, Lydia Fawkes. So they push forward up towards the 40 to Angel Bentley. Featherston coaches to our left complaining that they thought that shot was high. Couldn't quite see it from where we are. As Featherston get up towards halfway. Shifting the ball into that centre channel. Driving forward is Danny Waters. She's wrapped up in just outside the 40. As Featherston look to get some points on the board. Breaking forward is Blackburn. This is the last. Craven asking for it on this near side. As they run the ball here, Featherston. Ball nearly comes out from the spill. And eventually brought down was Liv Grace, who did well to hold on to the ball to begin with.
Yeah, a little juggle out the back. But again, didn't look like there was any real intention to kick to a corner. Craven was calling for it out on this left-hand side. So we see Kennedy again.
Nice little push off and London push forward. Bentley does well to defend. Kennedy wrapped up on the 40, making about 30 metres in the process. As London look to regain a lead or regain their lead further. Bit of a fumble there on the tackle as London look to push forward again, driving forward. As Emily Hughes rejoins the field, she gets involved. London look to shift inside. Mueller, Treco, ball dropped, and now be 6 again for Featherston as Jade Walker couldn't hold on to the ball. Again, not looking at the ball as it was being passed and just looking at what was happening ahead of her. And London giving up another easy set of 6.
And a nice little transition there from the Broncos from defence into attack. Again, we see Kennedy proving difficult to handle out on this right-hand edge, but the halves trying to combine there. Just looks like they're very lateral rather than just giving themselves a little bit of depth.
As Featherston tried to break through with Howarth. She's brought down halfway inside the Featherston half. They shift the ball over towards this right-hand side. Bentley wrapped up, shy of the 40-metre line. Shifting it back inside. There's Grace. Wrapped up by 2. Just shy of the halfway line. Now moving over towards the right-hand side. Thurm, nice little lateral pass. And Waters just wrapped up on the 40. Featherston doing well to keep the ball moving going forward. So he's trying to shift back into the middle. Little inside pass. Wrapped up again. This is the last for Featherston. Craven on this near side again, screaming for it. As they go into the right-hand corner again. High chip up over the top from Waters. Wrapped up nicely by the Broncos left winger, Emily Bell. And London regain possession inside their own 20.
It was a tidy kick there to finish the set. And Lamb and Billington have been impressive, along with their fullback in Bentley today. Some really hard yards for them, putting their team on the front foot. But at the moment, it's the Broncos working their way out of their own end.
And London still trying to push forward out of their own 30-metre line. Ball that looks slightly forward, but London hold on to it with Salter. This is the last. No real metres made, maybe about 15 for London. So they're still inside their own half. Kick over the top from Treco. It's not a great one, and Craven can drive forward up towards halfway. She's wrapped up close to the 40-metre line for Featherston. Featherston with a good defensive set, but London potentially running out of steam going forward. As Featherston look to push forward again. Dummy run looking to break down the middle. Wrapped up by 2. It's the Featherstone number 21, Lydia Fawkes. So shift over towards its left-hand side to Churm, who's brought down on the 22. It's Rugby Union line. Little dummy pass, shift it inside to Waters, cuts inside, beating two defenders, palms off another one, eventually brought down. This is the last for Featherstone. So they look to kick the ball with grace. It's a grubber kick into the corner. I can't quite tell what's happening, but I think London have regained possession. There's a big crowd of people in front of us. London have regained possession, and now they look to break out of their own 10.
Yeah, difficult to see. It was a nicely weighted kick there from Featherstone to finish the set. And again, just trapping the Broncos in this back corner. Will we see some of the Broncos' backs get in here and do some hard yards for the forwards?
London looking to try and break out of the 22. Pushing up and doing so. Nice little offload pass. London trying to move over towards the left-hand side, but just not able to do so quick enough. This is the last for London. Still inside their own territory, halfway inside their own half. It's going to have to be a deep kick. It's over the top, and it's a bit of a grubber in the end, but Craven picks it up with no issue. And she drives up towards the 40. And it's wrapped up inside of it.
You can see on the stream there, the Rovers, they certainly aren't streaming back to get in behind the play the ball. As it's Lamb comes in for another lovely hit up. Comes in a long way off a wing to do some work for a team.
Well, here is Bentley. Wraps up inside, or 45 metres inside the Broncos half. As Featherstone look to shift the ball over to the right-hand side. Little offload pass. They try and barrel their way through. Blackburn wrapped up. And London get a penalty for a knock-on. As Blackburn was deemed to have dropped the ball. And London will get a fresh set of 6 and a sigh of relief from those Broncos players as they've been under the cosh since the beginning of the second half.
Well, a sigh of relief from the players. They've worked hard defensively. And a cheer from that far crowd of Broncos supporters at the clubhouse. It's a big set here for the Broncos. They need to finish down in good ball territory, complete, get a good kick away.
Featherstone defence immediately pushing the Broncos back line back. Billington getting involved. Broncos driving forward, up over halfway, beating untackled and wrapped up on halfway was Keith. They drive forward, trying to get over onto that left-hand side. Dumped to the ground by 2 was Kemble. And Featherstone refusing to let go from the play the ball. The referee says play on. As London try and break down that left-hand side. Nice little offload. Trying to break down the centre channel now is McLaughlin, who has come back on the field from her injury. And now we've got another injury on the field. Is that Churm that's on the ground? Can't quite tell from where our position is, but it looks like it could be a potential head injury from the tackle. But once London have got the ball moving again, they've now got a break in play.
There's certainly been intentions from the London Broncos to get a little bit more busy out of that hooker position. But what I'd love to see a little bit more, still a few one-outs, not enough push support. We saw a break up in behind the ruck in this set. And at the moment, players are just sitting too deep, not taking advantage of those half moments. And we know at a scoreline of 10-8, it's going to have to extend because Featherstone do look dangerous with ball in hand.
London to get back underway once Featherstone are back in position. There's a number 20, Brogan Kennedy, who was down with the injury, but looks like she's going to be okay to continue. It's Sean McLaughlin with ball in hand. Into the middle now for London. Driving forward is Keith. Breaks through one, but can't break through the defensive wall that Featherstone have put in front of her. This is the last for London. Kick has to come up from Treco, who offloads the ball instead, and London can't keep hold of it and give the ball away up on the last. And Featherstone will get the ball back on the turnover.
Well, choosing to run it on the last over on this right-hand edge. I have been interested today. I know errors have riddled both camps, but a lack of going to that grubber option in such greasy conditions, even on 3G, can be so difficult.
Featherstone look to move the ball forward up to the 40-metre line, wrapped up just in front of that. They try and shift the ball through the centre left channel, eventually brought down by 3 Broncos defenders. Number 20, Brogan Kennedy. Offload run, and now they can drive forward here. Eventually dumped down. Churm. So they try and work the ball over to this left-hand side. And an offload pass, they try and break down on this left wing. Just about staying in play as well. Featherstone, Evans as an option. Look to give herself as an option. Grace with a kick up over the top. It's a higher one, but dealt with by London. No, it wasn't. Featherstone get the ball back and a fresh set of 6. Right in front of the sticks. Featherstone in the prime position to take the lead. Ball shift over to Churm, looking to drive over the line. And she's wrapped up by about half the Broncos team as they try and break over with Evans. Just shy of the line. And London just about keeping Featherstone out. They try and break over the line. Ball towards the inside. And Featherstone go over. Featherstone take the lead. And I'd love to tell you who it was, but the Featherstone coach being stood right in front of my position where the players were. I'm going to have to try and hazard a guess. Or Courtney might. Do you have any better idea who scored that one? You can say no if you...
I'd love to say I did, but I'm a little disadvantaged when it comes to height.
Oh, so am I. Don't worry about that.
But after a couple of efforts trying to barge over from their big middles and some defiant defence from the London Broncos, eventually the Featherstone Rovers crack it. And for the first time in the game here this afternoon, they edge their way in front. They trail by 2. They now lead by 2. Kick to come from Waters to extend that to potentially 4. But reward for some really hard work from Featherstone this half.
Waters to add the 2 to push their conversion or their advantage to 4 points. She's slap bang in front of the post to the left of them, 20 metres away from the sticks. We are over at least 20 minutes into this half, so I'd say we've got less than 17 to go. Waters to add the 2 to give Featherstone a 4-point lead. And the kick is good, it's converted. Featherstone are 4 points in front. London 10, Featherstone Rovers 14. And I can confirm that Brogan Kennedy was the try scorer for Featherstone.
Well, Kennedy, she's done some brilliant work through the middle of the field and well rewarded with a try of her own. And 4 points in front. They've trailed every minute prior to now. And it was only conversions that left them behind in that first half. But Waters nails that one. Could be an incredibly crucial 2 points that she's just added for her team as they edge closer to a potential spot in the Women's Super League for 2026.
16 to go here at Chiswick Rugby Club. London, who have been ahead for the entire game up until this point, have it all to do. And the kick is a deep one from the restart. Ball comes out from the restart. Referee says play on. There's Blackburn, who's been a little bit of a liability when it comes to catching the ball in this slippery service, is brought down after collecting the ball. And Featherstone have now got to try and play out deep from inside their own half.
Well, after losing their lead, the London Broncos are certainly rolling their sleeves up and putting some energy into this line speed. Numbers in the tackle.
It's what they've been perhaps lacking for the majority of the second half. Featherstone looking to push their way forward up to the 30 at the very least. Try and shift the ball into the middle. Driving forward. That looks slightly forward to Churn, but referee calls play on. This is the last. She's tackled on the 40. Ball into Waters, who'll chip the ball up over the top. It's a deep one from Liv Grace, not Waters, as London pick the ball up and try and drift the ball over to this left-hand side. Mueller wrapped up by Bentley. And London can try and push forward up to the 40. Dumped down by 3. They'll try and shift the ball over to this right-hand side. Driving forward is the try scorer for the second try, Nicole Kennedy. She's wrapped up just in front of halfway. Churm is slow to get up onto her feet. And here comes Keith. She's wrapped up inside the Featherstone 40-metre line. And they can push forward here, London. Nice little short pass into the centre left-hand channel to Emily Hughes. This is the last tackle for London, who have made about 30 yards, 30 metres. Ball inside to Treco. It's a short chip over the top. And it's dropped. And London will get the ball back. And the slippery conditions playing into things again as London will get the ball 20 metres away from the sticks.
Well, Bentley, she's done so much right today. And I thought the Broncos had missed the trick, kicking the ball back centre field rather than pinning Craven in a corner. But she comes up with the error. And it'll be a London Broncos centre field feed into the scrum.
And here comes Kennedy. She's wrapped up 20 metres away in the centre right-hand channel. So try and now shift back into the middle. Driving forward is McLaughlin. Recovered from a leg injury in the first half. London shift the ball back into the middle again. Eventually brought down is Mueller, just about. Eventually brought to the ground. So London shift the ball back inside. Driving forward is Keith. She's wrapped up just in front of the sticks. So try and shift back over to this right-hand side again. It's a loose pass. Does it come out? Yes, it does. Featherstone will get the ball back from the knock-on. The pass just short. And Featherstone get a scrum. And it's disappointing from the London Broncos side.
Well, it was the decision to come back right that interested me. Billington was tied up in a previous tackle. And they had multiple players out of position. The Featherstone Rovers' right-hand defensive edge. And had they have shifted it left, I have no doubt that they would have caused some headaches out there. Instead, just this desire to come back into traffic. It's just not working for the Broncos here. The second half.
I can understand trying to keep it short in this weather, but really you want to be getting as far away from the ruck as possible.
Well, we've seen how strong the middle unit are for Featherstone Rovers defensively today.
So eventually the two sides get into the scrum. And we're back underway with Featherstone trying to break the ball through their 20. Wrapped up there, Bentley. As Featherstone trying to shift the ball over to their right-hand side. And just not trying to move the ball around from left to right too much. Simple runs forward at the time for the time being. As they try and work their way further up the pitch. That's the third tackle for Featherstone. So shift the ball back into the middle. It's a big hit there. As Broncos look to keep Featherstone pinned in their own half for this set. As they get up to the 40. This is the last for Featherstone. Another potential injury there, I think, for Cherms. A chip up over the top. And a bit of indecision from the Broncos wingers. It's back to 6. Featherstone get the ball back. Bit of indecision there from Bell and Mueller. Featherstone on the Broncos 40. Pushing forward is Kennedy. She's wrapped up 30 metres away. As Featherstone shift the ball into this left-hand side. Wrapped up again, just inside the Union 22 lines. Featherstone in a dangerous position as they look to push forward. With just about wrapped up as well inside that 20. So they look to shift the ball over to this left-hand side. So a little quick pass, they break through, and are they held up over the line? Referee says held up. As Brogan Churm dived over the line, Broncos defence did well to make sure she didn't roll over and potentially put this game up to bed for Featherstone. Churm pushed back to the 10, ball shifted inside. It's a big hit on the number 20, Brogan Kennedy. This is the last for Featherstone. Little grubber kick through, and London get on the end of it, and Featherstone will get another set of 6 of the kick to come from between the sticks. A good defensive work from London just to make sure that Brogan Churm didn't roll over and add another 4 points.
Well, they've scrapped really hard there on their line, and they've done that quite a few times, but I tell you what, the combination of Grace and Churm, who's been absolutely outstanding for the Rovers.
That's a knock
so we
on.
see Angel Bentley deemed to have gone backwards as the referee looks towards his touchy. Backwards, says the referee. Play on.
And now they can push forward here, Featherstone. It did go back, but a lot of protesting from the Broncos bench to our right-hand side. As Waters drives forward. It's eventually brought down just in front of the sticks. A couple of changes happening as well with Harrison coming on. Ball shifting over to the right-hand side for Featherstone. Driving towards the line was Blackburn. So try and shift the ball. Little dummy twist and turn. Looking to dive over the line, and Featherstone are over. Alyssa Courtney diving over the line. Causing massive scenes of celebration on the pitch and off it to our left-hand side. And that pushes Featherstone further ahead into an 8-point lead. It's London Broncos 10, Featherstone Rovers 18, with the kick to come in front of the sticks.
Well, back-to-back sets there after they got the drop out from under the sticks. A little bit of luck off Bentley at the back. And it was Courtney who looked up from that hooker position and spotted the split in the markers, and a brilliant effort to spin and twist her way across the line for a 4-pointer. Crucial 4 points as we see the clock tick ever closer to that 80-minute mark.
We've got 6 left is what I've just heard from the Featherstone physio to our left-hand side. It's Danny Waters to add the 2 from in front of the sticks. This would make it 20-10 to Featherstone, as Waters takes a couple of steps back and a few to the side from 15 metres out. Very, very wet conditions. This drizzle has not gone away all afternoon. As Waters takes her time with this kick, stepping up and puts the ball between the sticks to give Featherstone a 10-point lead with 6 minutes left on the clock. London 10, Featherstone 20. And Featherstone are 6 minutes away to a return to Super League at the first time of asking.
It's been a great second half from the Featherstone Rovers, trailing by 2 at half time. And they've put 12 on the Broncos unanswered.
It's a deep kick from the Broncos restart. The ball is controlled down from the midriff. The Featherstone player that received the ball, I think it's Fawkes. So they shift the ball inside from the play. The ball was a low pass, mopped up by Harrison. So they try and shift the ball into the middle, playing dangerously deep here, Featherstone. So look to push forward up towards the 20. There's Churn that was tackled. Look to cut back inside, wrapped up there. Danny Waters. So try and move the ball over to the right-hand side, Featherstone, into that centre right-hand channel, making it up to the 40. This is the last for the Rovers. Via kick from Grace. And London drop the ball. Bell just taking her eyes off the ball again as the ball goes through her arms. And Featherstone will get another set of 6 and a scrum, 22 metres out. And London being essentially they're taking part in their own downfall here.
Well, unfortunately for the Broncos, it was last year in Birmingham up against the Lee Leopards that they let go of a lead in the dying minutes. And this year again to lead at half-time as we see Bentley out the back. But Featherstone, what do they say about the wet sail? It's certainly coming true for them in this second half here today.
Twisting, turning, driving forward. Lydia Fawkes wrapped up just in front of the line. Ball inside to Harrison. Dukes past one. Can't turn away from the Broncos defence. So we edge closer and closer to the end of the 80. Harrison's picked up a bit of a knock there as well. Driving forward is Evans. Evans wrapped up just shy of the line. They look to push the ball inside. Churm driving forward. Eventually it takes 4 or 5 to keep her out. This is the last for Featherstone to put the nail in the coffin and confirm promotion. Duking, twisting, looking to cut inside. Driving towards the line and wrapped up. Nice little turn of pace from Blackburn. But London get the ball back on the turnover. And the ball is immediately dropped from the restart. And London trying to play a bit too quickly from the play the ball, give the ball away immediately. And Featherstone playing right into their hands, get the ball back 10 metres out and a fresh 6 to come.
Well, if the London Broncos were even to have the slightest of chances at coming back, that was it. That was the set. They've let it go. It'll be simple stuff here from the Rovers.
Driving towards the line is and tackled is their number 7. Taking a big hit there was Liv Grace. So they shift the ball to Bentley over into the corner on the left-hand side. There's a mass of bodies in front of where I'm standing, so I can't quite see who's wrapped up and why and where. And did London get the ball back? I can't quite tell. I think Featherstone have got the ball back. The board in the coaches ahead of us were asking for 2. Featherstone get the restart. Harrison looking to bundle her way over the line. She's wrapped up as London just trying to keep Featherstone out as they move the ball over to the right ever so slightly. Wrapped up again. And the referee blows the whistle. And Featherstone come away from Chiswick with a 2010 win and promotion back to the Women's Super League after being behind 10-8 at half time and even falling behind 10-0 early in the first half. Featherstone have scored 20 unanswered points to put them in Super League for 2026. You can't say it hasn't been deserved in this game. Both sides have put in a fantastic performance this season. Broncos finishing top of the table, Featherstone finishing just behind them. But on the day, with wet conditions, Featherstone dug in deep after going 10-0 behind. Are going to come away with the Women's RFL Championship trophy. The celebrations in front of us from the team from Yorkshire as they see themselves back in Super League after being relegated in 2024. And the first time of asking, they'll be back in it for 2026. Courtney, what was your assessment of the proceedings here at Chiswick in front of us?
Well, I tell you what, that effort there from the Featherstone Rovers, as you said, to come back from being 10-0 down, 6-0 in the first 60 seconds of the game, that shows some real character and grit. And what they've produced here today, particularly once they got their noses in front in the second half, you know, they looked very determined. They were much more clinical after a very sloppy first half. But the Broncos, they just weren't able to give themselves any kind of field position and possession down that end of the field. And for the Featherstone Rovers, it's absolute delight, but heartbreak for the Broncos. So it's 2 years in the running that they miss out on taking the trophy.
Well, commiserations to London Broncos. They'll be back in the RFL Championship next season. But for Featherstone Rovers, they'll be playing Super League Rugby in 2026. As the Broncos players shake hands with the referees and get their runners-up medals, we'll leave you with the scenes of Featherstone picking up the RFL Championship trophy as they come away as winners here at Chiswick Rugby Club. It finishes London Broncos 10, Featherstone Rovers 20, with Featherstone promoted back to Super League.
Barely noticed. to start packing away now, I think. 'Cause,